Hey there, welcome to Work in Progress, a how-to series that's meant to help you with everything from prepping for a job interview to boosting your confidence or negotiating a raise. Here's today's question. When it comes to getting work done after hours, there's really no one-size-fits-all approach. But we can give you our best tips, and then you can take those into account when you're coming up with your own strategy.
Being consistent and taking small steps will add up to help you get everything done as needed.
Yeah, and just so you guys know, Career Contessa actually started as a side hustle and something that I would work on before hours and after hours, and now look at it.
And even though I'm still working full-time here, I still freelance in my spare time.
Yep, so these are a couple great examples, and here are some great tips.
Set up your location. Well, for me, it's very important to be at a spot where I can lay everything out, such as a big table or a coffee shop or even a desk. I know being in bed kind of makes me counterproductive, so I think it's really important to choose something that feels comfortable and also motivating for you.
Yeah, I would definitely agree that working from your bed is a bit of a recipe for disaster. You'll find yourself going from working in bed to all of a sudden eating in bed, and now you're sleeping in your bed, and it's just no good. So when it comes to organizing your time and how you're going to fit all this in with a regular job and how you can fit in your work after hours, I came up with a system called Project Prep, and it was very much off of the idea of meal prepping, which a lot of people will do on a Sunday night to get their meals done for the rest of the week. So what I would do is on Sundays, I would project prep, and I would basically organize the rest of my week and decide when I'm going to fit in this extra work. Is it going to be after hours, before hours? What days will I work on what projects? And I found that if I laid it all out on Sunday, it really helped me get more things done throughout the week.
Or you can even book a night that's designated to only your freelance work.
Yeah, absolutely. So however it works for you, Sunday night or whatever night, just make sure that you are actually organizing that time.
Choose your clients wisely. When you're choosing your clients, it's important to choose work that you're going to be very passionate about, because it's easier to self-motivate if you're loving what you're doing. And if you find that you're caught in a situation where you don't feel like you or your client are benefiting from the project, then it's better to let them know sooner than later, because you don't want to be wasting either your time or your client's time.
I usually find too, your gut will tell you if this client is the right person from day one. So if you're not feeling it on day one, you don't think this client is going to be easy to work with or fun to work with or anything like that, you're pretty much probably going to regret it the rest of the time. So cut it before you even get to that place. A great way to motivate yourself to get more work done, even after you've already had a full day of work, is to reward yourself. And I would pick non-monetary rewards. Otherwise, you're probably going to be spending a lot of money on rewarding yourself while you're trying to make extra money. So some ideas I usually have for myself is maybe I'll wear a face mask while I do the work. And that seems like I'm multitasking, which kind of feels like a reward. Or maybe when I'm done working on the project, I give myself permission to have 2 hours of TV time watching whatever I want. Sometimes it's just time to read a book and not feel like I have to check email or be looking for new clients. And so I'm actually a huge fan of motivating myself with those non-monetary rewards.
And it's important to take a break, because you don't want to get burnt out on the project or start feeling like, you're running out of ideas. So taking a break is definitely best.
Yep.
It's important to set milestones, whether they are financial or project-based. I know personally for me, for graphic design specifically, if I'm doing a branding project, I like to break that up into sections. So in my contract, I'll set a deadline for having the logo done, and then I'll have a section for getting the website done. So that's something that holds you accountable, and also your client knows that these deadlines are in place, so you really have no reason to just skip over the smaller deadlines, and they'll help you in the long run with your timeline.
Yeah, and equally important are financial milestones. So similar to what Betsy was saying, where you would have projects that you're trying to reach, maybe those milestones, is I like to invoice at those milestones also, because if you're getting paid along the way, you're certainly going to stay a lot more motivated in getting the project done. So a couple of things I like to do is always send the invoice after that project. It also helps me stay organized. The other financial milestone is maybe what are you going to do with this money? So when you finish this big project and you have an extra, $1,000, what do you plan on spending it on? Maybe you plan on adding it to your savings account because that's a goal you have. Or maybe you plan on saving up for that dream vacation. All of that is great to kind of think about before, during, and after, because it will help you stick it out with that as well. And lastly, if you're sitting here thinking, all of this sounds great, I really want a side hustle to work on after hours, we have the perfect quiz for you that you can take, and it will let you know what type of side hustle is perfect for you. And it's totally free to download.